I hope you are all well. It's Suzanne here from No Walls Yoga and Valentine's Manchester Quay Street. So I hope some of you guys can make this session. I'm going to be doing a short yoga session for you today. Make sure you've got some water. If you haven't, go get some now. And you don't need a mat, but if you don't have one, maybe grab a blanket or a towel. It's just more comfortable to lie on. I quite like a bit more comfort, so I have a blanket. Like I say, you don't need one. We will just get everything moving in a moment, but we are going to start just sitting. So taking a moment to be still, and you don't have to sit like this. Another way to sit is just on your heels. If neither of those feel good, maybe grab a couple of cushions and sit on those. So, like I say, just make sure you are going to be comfortable sitting for a couple of minutes. Okay, so feel you can really lift through the spine, allow the chest to be nice and open. Drop the shoulders. Allow the eyes to close. Take a nice deep breath in. And just sigh this one out. Again, take a fuller breath in. And let it out through the mouth. Just letting go of whatever you've been up to. Whatever's on your mind, just let it go. Another deep breath in. And out through the mouth. Okay. So just taking this time to settle down. Just become aware of how you're breathing. You don't need to change it. Just notice the rhythm of your breath. Notice the quality of your breath. And if you feel the breath is quite high up in the chest, and just invite the belly to soften. And you can then invite the breath to become a little fuller, a little longer. And it's not always easy to settle, so if your mind is still busy with thoughts, that's okay. But rather than getting wrapped up in the thoughts, just bring your attention back to your breath. And then start to scan through your body. And just find out what you've got to work with today. Notice your energy levels. Notice how you are physically, emotionally. Notice if there are any areas of your body that feel a little tight or just need waking up. And throughout the session, listen to your body. So if you want to rest, you rest. If you want to modify any of the postures, you do that. Also, if you know that you want to take a posture further and I'm not demonstrating it, go ahead. Really listen to your body. Okay, take a nice deep breath in. Allow the eyes to open. Sighing the breath out. Okay, so we're going to start on all fours. Just bring yourself to all fours. I quite like some padding under my knees, so feel free to pop a towel under your knees. Weight evenly placed down through your palms, knees directly under your hips. And we're just going to start by mobilizing the spine. So we're going to move in and out of our cat. So you're going to exhale, tilt the pelvis and round like an angry cat. And then inhale. Exhaling. So you go at your own pace. Yeah, you just let your breath dictate the pace of the movement. Just really focus on getting the whole of your spine moving. And we'll go for about a minute or so. Once you don't just throw the head back and shorten here in the neck, just think more of length through the spine. Again, check the weights evenly placed down through your palms. So we want to press the ball of the hand down and the fingers. Otherwise, you will start to feel it in your wrists if you just let the weight sink down into the heel of the hand. It's not so bad when we're just on all fours, but when you start working in dog down and your planks, it's a little more important. Okay. And then exhale, we're going to push back to child's pose. So you're going to send your seat bones back towards your heels. And then soften the body forwards. And take a few breaths there. You can have your forehead resting down. If I rest my forehead down, you won't be able to hear me, okay? And then inhale back to all fours. And this time we're going to create a lateral wave. So we're going to sway the pelvis to one side and look towards the feet. Inhale, exhale. Again, just move at your own pace. Just gently opening up the body. And then we'll circle around. So nice big circles. Shifting back to the side, forwards. And you can change direction. You might even want to try a figure of 8. Yeah. And then when you feel ready, you're going to tuck your toes under and you're just going to start to explore dog down. So if you're not familiar with dog down, we want our feet about hip width. Yeah. Again, palms flat and our hands shoulder width. And I'd suggest starting with the knees bent so you can really lengthen through the spine, and then gradually just pedal a little through the feet, lengthening through the hamstrings, sending the heels a little closer to the ground. And then here again, you're breathing fully. Just let your head hang, give it a little nod or a shake. Just release any tension that's creeping in around here. And remember, you can rest at any point, so if you feel like we're staying a little too long in a posture, you could just come onto your knees. A really good posture to rest in at any point is child's pose, like this. So know that is always an option. So, in dog down. And we're just going to float one leg up. So let's take the right leg up. You're going to lift, 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 lift. And then we're going to let the hip lift and open. And it's quite nice here to bend the knee. Yeah, enjoy that opening. Take some nice deep breaths. And let's rotate through the ankle joint, just mobilizing that joint. I'll just show you another variation. If dog down's feeling very strong for you today, you could work on on your knee, yeah? Okay. If you've not changed direction, change direction. Just really mobilising that ankle joint, and let's release, back to dog down. And I suggest shifting the feet back a little, because we're going to exhale to our plank, okay? Option on the knees. Just pausing here, navel drawing back towards your spine. Exhale, child's pose. And from here, you're going to slide onto the front of your body. And for the moment, just settle, rest, loosen around the pelvis. So just rock it a little side to side. It's just really nice to release in the lower back. And we're going to start here with our baby cobra. So we're not going to come all the way up into our cobra, we're just going to come onto our forearms. So bring the legs together, engage the glutes, tops of the feet pressing down. Inhale. Drawing the chest forwards. Exhale down. Just go with your breath, breathing in. And breathing out. It's up to you whether you rest your forehead down or you turn the head to one side. So keep that going. Your breath is really supporting the movement. It's instigating the movement. And next time you come up, you can stay for a couple of breaths. And drawing the sternum forwards. Keep the legs active. And exhale. Palms flat, tuck the toes under. You're going to find your way back to dog down. Again, have a little pedal through the feet. If your hamstrings are very tight, soften the knees a little. So you're still retaining that length there in the spine. Often what happens when the hamstrings are tight and you work with straight legs, I'll try and show you this, the back ends up rounding like this, which is why I say it's more important to retain the length there in the body and work with bent legs rather than just straightening them. Yeah. Okay, let's go on the other side. Inhale, float the leg. Allow the hip to open. Maybe bend the knee. Little rotation through the ankle. Just watch that your right knee hasn't turned in. You can also flex and point, just get some movement into that ankle joint. Exhaling, release. Settle once again, just see what's changed. Inhale, exhale through to your plank. Pausing here, nice stable centre. But watch you're not holding yourself rigid. Yeah, allow for a little movement. Exhale to child's pose. And then once again, we're just going to slide onto the belly. Maybe loosen around the pelvis a little. And legs active, glutes engaged. Just see how your back feels now. You could inhale to your baby cobra. Or you can lift a little higher, coming into more of a cobra. It's quite nice to come onto the fingertips. Again, keep that going. Shoulders remain relaxed and keep a softness in the elbow joints. Quite often people lock into their joints So just be aware of that. Maybe keep them slightly bent. Okay, let's hold this next one. And feel free to move the head a little. Exhaling back to dog down. And we're going to float the right leg once again. This time you're going to exhale. Start to move to your plank. So we're in a one-legged plank. And we're going to bring the knee either to the chest, the chin, or maybe engage your core a little more and kiss your knee. And then sweep the leg back up. Out breath. You've just got 3 more. Watch you don't end up here, so still in dog down with the knee in. Yeah, we're bringing the whole body forwards and drawing the knee in. Okay. On the last one, pause, and we're going to come to pigeon pose. We're just going to spend a little bit of time opening into the hips. If you're not familiar with pigeon pose, and you want to bring the knee forwards, roughly behind the right hand, and slide the left leg back. Where you place this knee is really going to vary for everyone, so you need to work that out for yourself. Yeah, it's important the pelvis stays level, because often we end up in this position. So it might be a case for you bringing the foot in and maybe the knee in a little, or maybe wider. Like I say, you work that out, have a little shift around. And we're going to settle here for a minute or so. You can rest on your forearms, or you can rest the head down, or you might even want to grab your towel and pop that under your head. So take a nice deep breath in and let it go. Allow the shoulders to relax here as well. And with each out breath, you're just allowing the body to open. Yeah, so we're not trying to force the body anywhere. You have the option here of tucking your toes under and engaging the back leg. So we lift the knee, and it's like you're pressing the heel into the wall behind you. Okay. If that feels too intense, just drop back down. Just staying with the breath. I'm just going to throw in another option. If any of you want a little extra, a little more of an opening, you could always come up here and then just have a little play around with bending the back leg. You might want to catch it. Yeah, like I say, just see what your body wants today. Wherever you are, nice deep breaths. You're going to stay for a couple more breaths. And then we're all going to come onto the hands, and we're going to bring the back leg around. I'm going to turn around so you can see the leg position. You can stay as you are. Option, we bring the back leg on top so the knees are level, or you might want to sit with your legs crossed. And if you find that you're quite tight around here, sit on a raise like a cushion or a towel. Just take a moment to settle, and then see if you want to intensify that, maybe soften forwards. Now you probably find your seat bones want to lift, like the bottom wants to lift, so consciously send the weight back, and you're just going to stay breathing fully. If it feels quite intense, feel free to just sigh out through the mouth. That often helps. And all of us are going to meet back in dog down. So palms flat and back. exhale forwards to your plank. And this time, remember you can work on your knees in your plank. This time we're going to inhale, we're just going to open to our side plank. If you're working on your knees, then you can bring that lower leg down. And sweep the arm overhead. Exhale, child's pose. And then inhale, sliding forwards, this time baby cobra, cobra or upward dog. So in upward dog, the knees are off the floor, the pelvis is off the floor. Exhaling. Settling. Inhale, exhale back to your plank. And we're going to open to the other side. A little side plank. Lifting and then extend the arm overhead. And then all the way back to child's pose. And then again, inhale. You can come up to upward dog, or like I said before, you could come onto your front and come into your baby cobra. All the way back. And we're going to go through that little sequence on the other side. If you want to grab a sip of water before we do, go ahead. Okay. And don't assume this side will feel the same. Often one side is a lot tighter. So when you're ready, coming to dog down, inhaling, floating the leg up. Allow the knee to bend. Exhale, you're going to come forwards to your plank, so you may need to shift the foot back a little. So when you come into your plank, your shoulders are overshooting your wrists. So knee to chest, chin or navel draws back, engage your core, kiss your knee, all the way up. You have 4 more. Out breath. You should be able to hear your own breath. So nice deep breaths. Often when things get challenging, we hold our breath. So make sure that's not the case. Pigeon pose. Have a little shift around. Knee roughly behind the hands. And make sure the pelvis is level. You're not just slumped on this side. And we'll settle here. Letting go. And if you do find this side is a lot tighter, what you can do is grab a folded towel, or if you've got a block or cushion, and pop it underneath the seat bone. Yeah, so you've got a bit of support. You're going to stay for about another minute. Remember your options, you can lift the back knee if you want. And if you want a little more, maybe come onto your hands, see how this feels, or maybe bend, then you might want to catch. Yeah, let's have a little play with it. If you are doing this and catching the foot, watch you're not twisting and pulling the leg to one side. And then all of us are going to bring the back leg in front. And remember, you can either cross your legs or you place the right knee on top. Again, make any little adjustments you need to. And then soften forwards. Sending the weight back. So although we are quite passive in this posture. The arms are working as though you were in dog down, so you're pressing the palms down and consciously sending the weight back. And when you've had enough, I guess you've already had enough, it can be quite intense. Step back to dog down. And then come to have a little rest in child's pose. You might want to bring your arms back. Nice deep breath in, and let it go. And then take the arms out. We're going to inhale to all fours. Lift your feet, move your feet to the left. Exhale, push back. So, nice fluid movement from side to side. Inhaling, feet to the other side. Exhaling, push back. If you need any extra padding under your knees, just grab your towel. Okay. Back to centre and to dog down. Let's open up a little more. So floating that right leg once again. Exhaling knee to chest into that plank position. We're just going to do 3 this time. All the way up. All the way forwards. I'm going to throw in another option. This time when you lift the leg, if you'd like a little bit more of an opening, so this is quite an organic movement, yeah. This top foot is just going to drop to the floor behind you. So the weight of the leg just brings you back. All of us are going to step through to a lunge. So you place the foot in between the hands. Often the foot lands around here. That's fine. If it does, shift it forwards. And then just explore how this side feels. Sorry. Okay, we're going to stay in our lunge. Root down through this foot and inhale, float the arms. Keep your navel drawn back. Stay here. We'll tuck your toes under. You're just going to energise that back leg. And then we're going to inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, come into the lunge. So it's a high lunge. Inhale, straighten. This time we're going to come into our twist. So as you bend the front leg, you're twisting to your right. Inhaling up. And we're going to hold the twist. So the hands can come down. You can stay like this, or you can work on the knee. If it doesn't feel good here with the arm up, just bring the hand to rest on the hip or the lower back. Let's exhale the top arm to the inside of the foot. Adjust your front foot so it's wider now. And settle here. Maybe have a little sway side to side. And this is going to feel really different for everyone. I know some of you might be comfortable to drop down, so drop down. Some of you might be screaming here. If that's the case, you can grab some blocks or a little bit of support and bring your hands up onto the support. Okay, you're going to head out of this, tuck your toes under, exhale back to dog down. Long deep breaths. You see what's changed. You might find one leg feels a bit longer. Exhale to your plank. And this time just rest back in child's pose. Coming back to all fours. And before we go on the other side, let's just bring a bit of movement into the spine again. Just moving in and out of your cat. Okay. And back. So left leg. Open, open, open. Exhaling forwards. Inhaling. You have 2 more. So on the last one, if you want to drop back, you just let the foot land behind you and enjoy the opening. All of us are going to meet in our lunge. Now, some of you might want to pause here, come onto all fours, and then bring the foot forwards. Yeah. Have a little shift backwards and forwards. And then root down through this front foot. Inhale, float the arms. And once you feel stable, tuck the toes under, and you're going to energize this back leg, sending the heel towards the back of the room. Inhale, straighten the front leg. And exhale down. This time you're going to add in the twist, so you're rotating towards your front leg and back up, and then we'll bring the hand down. Options, come onto your knee. Okay, couple more breaths. And the top hand comes to the inside of the foot. Shift your foot wide, so we're coming into this sort of wider lunge, or it's often called a lizard posture. And then maybe come onto your forearms. And wherever you are, take some nice deep breaths. Feel free to lift this back leg. And when you've had enough, place the palms flat, tuck your toes under, and exhale. And give the head a little nod. And then you can walk your feet towards your hands, or you can float your feet towards your hands. Exhale, Uttanasana. So it's just a standing forward bend. Soften the knees slightly, and you can catch your elbows. Just allow the body to hang. And it's quite nice here to have a little sway side to side. And we are going to come up through Utkatasana, which is our chair posture. So you're going to bend your knees generously. Yeah, nice strong legs. And inhale, float the arms up. If you find that when you take the arms up, the shoulders creep up towards the ears, you just take them wider so that there's more of a softness there. And then inhale all the way up. Exhale. And just take a moment standing, feet hip width, palms together. Allow your eyes to close. Notice how you're breathing now. Allowing the eyes to softly open. And let's inhale, float the arms up. And we're going to float the heels. Yeah. And focus on that stability there. Quite often the ankles splay out to the side. So watch they don't do that. And we're going to come all the way down. Take your arms out in front of you. Okay? You're going to keep the arms out, the hands aren't coming to the ground. And you're going to lean forwards to land gracefully. No thuds. If there was a big third, try it again. And we're going to come onto our back, so feel free to grab a bit of padding. So rolling all the way down. Feet hip width and parallel. Arms wherever they are most comfortable. And just start with quite a small pelvic tilt, just rolling your pelvis forwards and back. And then next time you tilt, keep going, engage the glutes. Make sure your knees stay parallel. And you're just going to peel your spine from the ground. So we're coming up into our bridge. And then roll your way down, vertebra by vertebra. Keep it going. So just go at your own pace. Do make sure your feet stay parallel and your knees. Quite often the knees will splay out to the side, so be aware of that. Next time you come down, take your arms wide, and we're going to come into a couple of different twists. So the first twist, our feet want to be really wide, like mat width. As you exhale, knees to the right. And the head can roll to the left. And you just go side to side. And you can bring the arms in as well. So you can turn the back palm down. And the front palm up. Go a couple more each side. And next time your legs come to centre, bring the legs together and draw the knees in towards the chest. Slightly different twist. We're going to exhale, knees are heading more towards the elbow. And inhale, centre. A couple more. The other option, if that doesn't feel that great, is to have the feet on the floor here. And when you've had enough, just pause for a moment. And then hug your knees in. Gently massage your lower back, just rocking. And then circle the knees out, bringing a little movement back into the hips. And I'm just taking my ring off because it always flies off when I do this. So next time your knees come together, you're going to take your arms and legs up and you're going to have a really good shake. Shake, shake, shake. Sigh out through the mouth as you shake. And then come to land, however you're most comfortable. Just allowing the body now to be supported by the ground. And I hope the beeping horn in the background isn't too distracting. So exhale. Just let the body rest. No longer trying to hold yourself in any way. Notice the contact you make with the ground. Get a sense of the weight of your body. Notice how you're breathing now. When you feel ready, just let the head roll a little one way, a little the other. And then you can gradually introduce some movement into your fingers, your wrists, your toes, the feet, just starting to wake everything back up. And have a really good stretch. Hugging the knees in towards your chest. Just see how the back feels now. And let's roll onto our right side and use your hands to bring you gently up. And just find a comfortable seated position, just for a moment. Take a nice deep breath in. And let it go. And then inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Bringing the palms together. Exhaling, drawing them down to the heart center. And then give yourself some thanks for putting the effort in. And have a super beautiful day. We'll finish there. I hope that you enjoyed that. I also hope that you feel amazing right now. Feel free to share on any social media, hashtag Valentine's Live, and you can also follow No Walls Yoga on Instagram if you're interested in more sessions.